What's up, fam? This is Josh Kara. I want to talk to you guys real briefly about the so-called movie called Him. Now, this is just the episodes I've been starting called Snack Time, Sit Down. The episode before this one is on my Roku Fire Stick, so I'm doing like a piggyback just to keep you guys informed with some of the things that's going on. And a lot of this information is also on my Roku Fire Stick TV. If you got a Roku TV, Fire Stick TV, just go to the search engines and put in Karai Films Television, and you'll see my logo pop up, and you can be a member. Okay. Well, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but I think it's something that needs to be addressed and talked about. So I'm quite sure y'all have seen the movie. I don't know if you've seen it, but we don't even have to go into, I don't have to look at the movie to tell y'all exactly what's going down. Marlon Wayans playing this picture directed by Jordan Peele, who did Get Out. It's called Him. Now, the interesting thing about the film is that everything that you're seeing is definitely 100% spot on. Why did they choose Marlon Wayans? Well, Marlon Wayans knows all about this life. He played it to the T. If people say that's some of Marlon Wayans' best work. And the reason for that is because Marlon had to do all of these things to get to where he's at. Now, after you reach a certain curriculum, you don't have to do that anymore. Now you're in the recruiter's chair. But before getting to that recruiter's position, this is spot on, man. So let me just say it this way too. That initiation is just not about being a big time football player. You want to get your name and lights. You want to really get to that next level. It's spot on, man. It's really, I just couldn't believe, like, they're not hiding anything. I talked about this stuff 14, 15 years ago, almost 20 years now. And they thought I was out of my mind when I first talked about it. It's interesting to me that on every platform you hear snippets of my voice and you see people going into details of what they're doing, they sold and all that. But when I tried to tell y'all that these people will do anything to be famous or successful, I was crazy. But it's just like, it's almost like the norm now. It's like, oh, it's normal to do this now, right? So let's just get back to it. The whole thing about Him is not just sports. It's anything in the industry considered famous and want to be very wealthy or rich. You see that guy named David. He's an artist, very demonic guy. That girl was found in his trunk. And not only found in her trunk, he chopped up. When you in that world of Diablo, you have no feelings for no one. You could, man, look, they could chop up anybody and go back eating a McDonald's sandwich. The dude is totally demonic. He's really trying to be the next it, right? But what y'all don't understand, y'all probably saying, why would he do that to that young girl? And he's attracted to young chicks. What y'all don't know is 98% of the people in hip hop are attracted to 13, 14-year-olds. You just don't see it on the surface. But he was trying to come up and he wanted to, if this, I don't think he's going to get no time. I think they're going to wash this under the rug and maybe give him some probation, just like they did Travis Scott when all those people got trampled on. And now what's crazy about that, don't nobody remember it. You see how quick people forget? And wherever he go, he sells out. And it's going to be the same thing with him. This is going to put him on a high pedestal. And some of y'all say, well, I think he's going to get some time. Yeah, that's what they'll tell y'all. But they'll put his ass on an island somewhere and he'll start writing more material and dropping more songs while he's incarcerated and become even bigger, right? I'm saying that to say this, that's just a little synopsis on how these people are. So if you're a person that wants to be next to these people, you want to be cool with them, they're cool to hang out with, they're not cool to hang out with. They always looking for the next big thing. And I ain't talking about helping you. How can I get to the next level? By killing you. And that's what happened to that little chick. She has a habit of running away, and she thought she had love. I think but I just want y'all to see this real quick. The most disturbing thing about these so-called industry people, they have zero feelings. They have zero tolerance for empathy. They're a type of people that can kill their mother and watch her body decompose and have a party in the next room. They have zero feelings. Once you start in that realm of Diablo and you really be deep into that serving Diablo, you have no feelings to the world. Your whole objective is to serve your God, right? So I want you to pay attention to what I just said, God. Because a lot of these people in the industry always refer like they're just so holy. God gonna give me this. With God, all things are possible. God got my back. And y'all be clapping. But what I behoove you to let you know that they don't mean the Most High. They don't mean Yah. They don't mean Ahaya, Jehovah, whatever y'all want to call that name, Yahshua. They don't mean that. When they say God, they mean God of the universe. So the God of this universe is Diablo. So they're praising Satan right in front of you. And you think they're holier than thou. The Most High name has never been God. It's the Most High Yah. Come on, man. I'm not trying to tell y'all how to think. I'm trying to tell y'all got all this technology and y'all still playing these Christianity games where Jesus would make all things happen. Jesus is Caesar Borgia. That's what they put in front of you. It's the image that, what's his name? Leonardo da Vinci wrote for the Pope for John, one of the Pope's sons. Am I right? Yeah. Like he had a brother named, was Giannotti. I can't remember his name, but his name was, hold on. His name was Caesar Borgia. Giannotti Borgia. I can't remember exactly his name. And he had a sister called Lucretia Borgia, which they molested her. And it's a whole big, you just got to do the research. How this woman the sister had a baby and she didn't know what was her brother's or her father because they all was having sex with each other. It's an incest type of family. But the daddy loved his son, Caesar, so much he had Leonardo da Vinci to paint an image. And that image was so divine, they said, let's call it Jesus. And it stuck. And these are all the images you see in your Bible, all the images, whenever they talk about the Most High Son, they'll say Jesus Christ, and they'll put a white face with blonde hair and blue eyes, and you worship that image. And it's a man by the name of Caesar Borgia. It's sad that you guys have all this technology and you won't even take the time to research the Most High's name. It's appalling. So here's the kicker. I'm getting back to what I'm saying. I just don't understand. Like when I see these celebrities and they're on this God kick and Jesus kick, why? Why come celebrities go to the darkest passage of their lives and then all of a sudden they're just pronoun or so profound of Christian? Because Christianity was something that was stored upon us in the time of slavery to get us to believe in these false hopes. And it worked. So we believe in the oppressor gods. We believe in his oppressors, Jesus. They even had a Jesus ship, man. The white supremacy used to put banners in their churches called Jesus Saves, and that really was a mockery of the Most High Son, because they would do lynchings right after that. They would have a ceremony of a church, and then right after the church service, they would do lynchings. It was a mockery. That's all they did, right? They were so good at it They would do mockeries of black men and women before they hung them. They would have the kids come out as a picnic. Now, the word picnic means pick a nigger. That's really the abbreviation of a picnic, is pick a nigger. So when they got ready to have a picnic, their children would come out and eating sandwiches and watching black men and women be hung. Can't make this shit up, man. I mean, you can literally look for it yourself. And they was all so-called Christians. So the slaves didn't have a choice. They had a two type of beliefs they gave them. They gave them Christianity and Methodist. They were all controlled on how they believe and how they think. I'm telling y'all this to tell you that here. And the entertainment industry, him is real. Him are pastors. Him are Catholic priests. They're billionaires. They're millionaires. They're entrepreneurs. They're content creators. Him is real. And in order to get to that next level, yes, that shit is, when they get beat up, it's called, they're doing a sacrificial, they're coming like a sacrificial lamb, and it's a beauty to be beat up for God. And it's not the Most High. It's Satan. It's Diablo. So you'll see these people sometimes, entertainers with black eyes. They have all these bruises on their face and body, and they love every bit of it because they're putting themselves as a sacrificial lamb to be beaten to show Diablo the glory that they love him so much. So they sacrifice themselves sometimes for just to get beat down. So when you see in the movie him, when Marlon is pushing this football to these people and their bodies getting banged up, and they loved it. That's why this man is so good at telling the story, because this is what they did to him. And it's just not football. This is how they get down, man. So when you see people in the entertainment industry or football industry, any sports, and they're a high figure, this is what they did to get to where they are. Now, let's say you're an up and coming ball player. You have to do the things they want you to do. The brotherhood is not going to have no other way. I'm going to say this. I got to get out. I would call a name, but I don't want no disturbance. And some of these people I do like. Some of these people live in Colorado. I'm fun. I think they're cool people, but some of them don't know what's getting ready to go down. I tell you this quickly. Some people think they got such a dedicated fan base, and they're just so hard at work, and their ethics are just so on point to where their grind gave them several million followers. They got such a cool grind, and they're just so humble to God and Jesus that they can sell 250 million t-shirts or shirts. That they're just, everything they touch is the minus touch, and they're going to say, God is good. God got my back. I want you to pause on that, because the Most High ain't got shit to do with football. The Most High is not giving you blessings. Blessings mean be blessed. The Most High give favor. He ain't giving favor on football. He ain't giving favor for all content. If the content is not meaning unto the universe and our ancestors, the Most High ain't rocking with it. So Diablo comes out and give you all of these treasures, and you say, God, yes, you're right, God of Diablo. What you didn't know is that Diablo gave you those subscribers. Diablo gave you all that money. Diablo giving you all this attention. So when the brotherhood sits you down at that hymn table and tell you it's time for you to join, you're going to be like, man, my grind is so incredible. And they're going to pull up receipts. They're going to show you that they bought those jerseys. They gave you those subscribers. They gave you that news conference. They gave you that bling. And they're going to tell you, we got people in your family who we did the same thing for. And the only thing you can do is drop the mic. I'm Yashkara. I hope this reached some of y'all, because some of y'all really believe y'all got a grind so tight that the Lord is blessing, and the Most High don't do blessings. He does favors. Blessing means be less. That Christianity gonna get y'all caught up. If you want to be a part of that world, you got to join the brotherhood. You got to be on Diablo's team. And if Diablo don't approve you, the God of earth, ain't nothing happen. The women usually pray to Ephus, the high witches. And that's why your Beyoncés are so high up, etc. I'm Yashra. I hope this reads somebody. I hope some of y'all understand that we are in a seminar, but y'all playing for Diablo. You ain't playing for the Most High Yah. One love.